fluid and some red dye diesel in this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add in some other stuff. A lot of the equipment up here, I know, especially in the wintertime, runs on basically Mobil 1 full synthetic oil. Trying to clean up full synthetic off of scoria or dirt or even a rig floor, it's about impossible to do. We'll add some full synthetic in there as well. We'll add in some, this is a full one, something that's a little hard. We're going to do some 140 weight. Some of your thicker stuff they use on some of the heavy equipment. Doesn't seem to matter if it's thick or thin, man-made, whatever it is, it'll work. Green stuff will clean it up. And just for yucks, we'll add in some antifreeze for something that isn't a hydrocarbon. Green stuff works on over 400 different liquids and chemicals. The only thing it doesn't work on is concentrated nitric acid above 40%. It's not used in drilling or any part of oil field stuff at all. It's for military explosives and fertilizer. It's transported by rail. So the only thing it doesn't work on is something you guys will never see. So it really gives you a lot of versatility. For, you know, oil fields, a lot of times you go out there, you don't know what it is, but you got to clean it up. It's nice to have something that works on absolutely everything. And where did I put it? Right here, right in front of me. One of those days. It's lightweight. Most guys like to use it in the barrel form, and they can scoop it up, get rid of it, or get it down on the ground however you want. This is a 1 pound bottle. You don't necessarily have to use these 1 pound bottles, so I just want to show you what 1 pound can do. Inside the drum, you've got 44 pounds of green stuff. That'll replace a pallet and a quarter of floor dry kitty litter. So you're looking at 2,500 pounds of floor dry compared to 44 pounds of green stuff. And it's going to cost about half as much. And your disposal costs, which for some folks is becoming a significant issue. When you got to get rid of 2,500 pounds of drippy kitty litter, it's becoming an issue for some people. Not everyone, but if they are, you're going to see how much simpler it is. Put it down. Like I said, this is a 1 pound bottle. You can shovel it down, scoop it down, whatever you want to do. I think most of the equipment up here these days has got some form of windbreak on it. So if you got a windy day, you're going to have a little bit of blow off going downrange, but it is completely harmless. If you get green stuff in your nose, it'll make you sneeze. That's it. It will not go down in your lungs. But other than that, completely harmless. So try not to get it in your face if you can. When you put it down low like that, you're going to be standing up here. You'll get a little bit of ground level blow off that goes downrange, completely harmless. Like I said, even in California. A little bit of green in direct sunlight. You can see it's already starting to turn brown. It'll turn brown in about a day or so, so you won't have the entire pad covered in green. It'll turn back to brown pretty quickly. But put it down, and unlike other absorbents, just put it down and sweep it up immediately. You can do this with your boots, with a shop broom, whatever works for you. I'm doing this on aluminum, but it works the same on asphalt, blacktop, concrete, cement, dirt, caliche, whatever you got. It'll clean it up, pull it off the surface, leave you with a completely dry surface. That's your 140 weight right across there. Little bit of extra effort with a shop broom. You get through it a lot quicker. I just got to use this little hand broom. But like I said, it goes inside, and then the most important thing, it stays inside. You don't ever want that stuff to come back out. And that's what I said, we pass every single test that exists. I think you guys do the T-clip test. Is that your standard landfill? T-clip metals up here? Not sure? Okay, that's probably what it is. A couple of the states are starting to use the California standard again, which is the California wet waste extraction test. We pass every single one of them. So goes inside, stays inside, keeps the rig floor or the shop floor, whatever it is, completely clean and dry. One of you want to come up here and feel the surface there?
That stuff feel?
Feel the surface. It's inside, it stays inside. And when you start seeing it clumping up, like you just got a little clump right there, when it starts looking like this, it's about 95% saturated. Natural property of the stuff, it just starts clumping up at that point. If you go any further than this, it's going to start looking like wet green Portland cement ready to pour. And that's when you want to get rid of it, when it's all looking like this. But this stuff still has plenty of life left in it. So you can absolutely use the stuff again, leave it on the surface, something like that if you want to do that, if you know you're going to have another spill. By the way, we're only through about 2/3 of a bottle here, 2/3 of a pound. What I'll do is, how many rigs around here use oil-based drilling mud? Pretty popular?
Yes.
Okay. This is off a Patterson rig from out around Odessa recently. So we'll just import a little Texas oil based. You all know how nasty and diesely and ugly it is. Yeah, let's just got in the back. I got the
What happens if it gets wet with water?
it'll absorb water too if you want to absorb water, but it is hydrophilic, so it will absorb the water. But it has an affinity for hydrocarbons, so it goes after the oil first. It is a type of hydrocarbon. It's phenolic resin. It's a type of plastic, so it goes after the hydrocarbons first. And then if you give it a chance, it'll go after the water as well. But if you got a real good mix, we have an oil-only pad, which I'll show you at the end of the demo here. There's your oil-based drilling mud. Same stuff here. And even when it's used, it'll still just gobble the stuff right up. And when you're tripping pipe in oil base, you can really keep the rotary table good and clean and dry and safe, so that your guys are actually tripping pipe as opposed to worried about slipping and falling. They can work at 100% speed, not have to worry about, you know, slipping and falling and having an injury or something like that. And not only does it do the oil-based drilling mud, but anybody, let's actually do the dope first. You put it under there too? Sure did. Sneaky. You all know what this is, right? Came off one of your stores down in Oklahoma. They dropped a 5-gallon bucket of Copper Supreme and managed to inherit it here. So this is Best of Life's finest. You guys use Best of Life, or is it Jet Lube up here? Best of Life. Okay. We've worked it on Jet Lube as well, and works just fine. We absorb every type of dope there is, including number 270. Y'all use number 270 up here? The lead-based version? Yeah, it works on that as well. We don't like to talk about lead, but it works on that as well. This is Copper Supreme. So this is 60% metallic copper, and that is becoming a significant issue for a lot of folks down in Texas now. It's starting to rain down there again. We're starting to get a lot of runoff, and the pipe dope ends up leaching a lot on the metals back out. They clean it up with the kitty litter, then it all comes leaching back out. With the green stuff, it'll go inside, as you'll see in a second, and then it doesn't let anything, including the metals, come back out. So it's really effective at stopping any metals contamination, which is becoming a big problem for a lot of folks. What I'll do with this is we'll play a little hide and seek. Still got a third of a bottle. We'll cover this portion over. And then, perfectly good broom. Thicker stuff like dope or non-fibrous roofing tar, stuff like that. You want to be a little more gentle. You don't want to jam it into it, or else you get it all over the bristles of the broom. So just put it on the top, scrape a layer off each time. And with a little bit of patience, and about 30 seconds, even the nasty dope you can get to go inside with a simple broom. And trying to clean up dope these days is pretty much impossible. It gets all on your boots, gets in your car, gets in the garage, gets in the house, and it gets on the kids. And OSHA is starting to get pretty upset about that. With green stuff, you can actually clean it all up. And it's inside the green stuff. It is not coming back out. So you don't get it sticking to everything. You got it completely clean, completely contained, and you're not going to have any legacy problems when it goes to the landfill. It's not going to leach out, and 5 years later, you're not going to have a lawyer calling you saying, hey, I got copper all over my, landfill. When you're done with it, you're done. Final thing that I think is starting to become pretty popular now, do y'all have any, there it is. Y'all have any polymer being used out here? That white slippery stuff? Synthetic mud, it's sometimes called. Not sure about that? It is white, it's slippery, it'll kill you. It's pretty much like having a banana peel on a sheet of ice. It's the slipperiest stuff in the world out here. It's used in wastewater treatment a lot. I won't demonstrate if you haven't seen it, but it works on polymer as well, if that stuff ever makes it. We're starting to see that down in Texas a bit now too. So it doesn't seem to matter what it is. Green stuff will work on it. And when you're done with it, Simple dry material. You can easily use the stuff quite a bit more. Most of this stuff is not chunky here, so you got plenty of life left in it, so you can leave this stuff on the floor. Also, if you got a really windy day when you got used stuff like this, it's taking on the weight of the material, so it's not going to blow around very easily. So even on windy days, you can use green stuff. And final other option that you got is our pillows. These are real useful if you got the rails going up the stairs going onto the rig. They get mud and stuff all over them. A lot of times guys don't want to touch them if they're coming off a rig. Got clean hands, they took the gloves off. By the way, another great thing for green stuff is if you got the gloves on, the high mill cut gloves, you know, $25 pair of gloves, get some oil base on them, they're useless. Got to peel them off and throw away. Put your hands, your gloves right in the green stuff there, rub it on there. Yes, you'll have green gloves, but you get all your grip back again. So the guys love it, the motormen love it, because you can dry the rope off, you know, dry any equipment that gets anything on it, certainly even dry yourself off. You get a lot of guys that get stuff in places they don't want it to be. Rub some green stuff on it, you get a good amount of it cleaned off as well, so it gets your grip back again, so you're not throwing out those gloves every hour or so. You can just keep using them over and over again. This stuff is great for cleaning the rails. If you got stuff that gets all nasty and gunky up there, you just leave a box of pillows or a little bucket of pillows at the top there. Have a guy go down, clean it going down, put it in a bucket down to the bottom again. Have the guys going up, just clean it going up. And you can use this 1,000 times before you're gonna even get this thing used up. So it gives you a lot of cleaning ability as well. Also, it gives you a ton of ability to clean up stuff off the ground. If you got an area where you have like an oil-based, basically diesel or something like that, just spills in a hard to get to place, you can take one of these, throw this thing onto it. You'll be amazed how much this stuff will absorb liquid as well. Same thing, oil-based, whatever liquids you have. I'll give you an idea here. This is just water with a little bit of food dye in it, okay, just to give it a little color. But it could just as easily be diesel, antifreeze, whatever. Yeah. Could be whatever liquids. You're also using battery acid chemicals as well. Y'all want to come just a little bit closer? That's about a half gallon. If you haven't felt it yet. Not a heck of a lot, yeah. Sorry about that little. And again, it goes inside of it.
That's why I brought out the cleaner.
That's right. My bad. Fortunately, it goes in there. Ain't much on the surface anymore. But put it on there. This is the worst case, trying to clean it right out of a bucket like this. But I want to show you how fast, if you got something on the surface, how much you can clean up and how fast you can clean it up. Guys, 18-wheel truckers love this stuff because they get a spill of hydraulic fluid or diesel out on the road somewhere. Put one of these pillows down. It blows guys' minds as to how much they can clean up immediately before it gets all over the place. So we have this in little spill kits, big spill kits as well. We got a half gallon of diesel, hydraulic fluid, you know, oil-based mud, whatever you spill. Now inside in the pillow, it ain't coming dripping back out. Throw it in your solids bin, whatever it is that you want to put it in to contain it. It stays inside there, ain't never coming back out. So it gives you a lot of versatility for cleaning up the stupid things that happen in real life.
Will you be able to reuse it?
That one is maxed out. If you fast absorb stuff, you can get about a half gallon of liquid into a green stuff pillow. If you got a slow drip, drip, drip into it, you can get about 3/4 of a gallon into it. Most guys in the oil field tend to fast use it, but if you're going up and down the rails or something like that, you can get 3/4 of a gallon, which generally weighs about 5 pounds. So when you're done with it, you know, got a pretty good amount of weight on it. So when you're done with it, it stays inside. That is the big deal. All the other pillows that you have from Pig and all the other folks pick it up and it's dripping right out again. It's an uncontained liquid at that point. It's also about half the cost of what you're using right now for pillows. Whole heck of a lot more efficient. You can use it on the weird stuff as well. If you have a mud guy or something who makes a mistake, you can clean it up with green stuff. It doesn't matter what it is, it'll gobble it right up.
The most popular size is going to be this 55-gallon drum of the loose fill. And this product and Super All 88 both work hand in hand. And out on the rig, if they have an oil-based mud spill, you can throw the green stuff on top of it, get all the surface liquids absorbed with that. This is a hazmat approved drum, and it has a band around it, and a place to put a Ziploc in there, so you can scoop it up, put it back into the drum, and then they can just haul the drum on. And once you get all the liquid absorbed off of the surface, you can come back and spray it with the Super All, and you're not going to have any presence of hydrocarbons after you get finished. Same